In this video, we'll take a look at how to use the turn page block. Its function is very simple. It automatically clicks the next page number after the current page in a paginator. For example, if the current page is 1, it will automatically calculate that the next page is 2, and then click it. And so on. Let's start with a simple example. First, drag the turn page block onto the canvas. Next, you need to set a target element. So which element should we choose? The answer is the current page number. That's the number highlighted here. To make sure everything is set up correctly, we can quickly test it in the interaction panel. Nice, it successfully switched to page 2. We can also run it to see what happens. Now it's on page 3. Page 4. Great, it's turning pages successfully. So far, we've only done a single page turn. What if we want it to automatically turn pages one by one? How should we do that? For this kind of repeated action, we'll need the loop block. Alright, drag the loop block onto the canvas. Then place the turn page block inside the loop. Next, add a small delay. For example, turn 1 page per second. Finally, set the number of loop iterations. In other words, set it to however many pages you want to turn. For example, 3 times. To make testing and observation easier, we'll also add a bit of delay here. Alright, let's run it and see. Awesome, it's now turning pages automatically. Earlier, we set a fixed value of 3 page turns. What if you now want to turn 5 pages? Do you need to modify the recipe again? Actually, you don't. All you need to do is define the page count as an input parameter. Then reference that parameter in the loop block. Let's walk through it together. And that's it, everything is set. Save it. Now start the recipe. Here, you can freely enter the number of pages you want to turn. Any number will work. Isn't that much more flexible? See, it successfully turned pages 5 times. What if you don't want to set the number of pages in advance? and instead want it to turn pages until there are no more. What should you do then? It's simple. Just change the loop type to infinite loop. But be careful. Infinite loops can be dangerous. They keep running and won't stop on their own. That's what we call an infinite loop. If used incorrectly, it can freeze the page. So how do we make it stop? Here's the key part. Watch closely. When the turn page block can't find a next page. For example, after reaching page 10, it will throw an error. All we need to do when that error occurs is exit the loop. That way, it stops perfectly. We don't need this block anymore, so let's remove it. Alright, let's give it a try. See, it reaches the last page and can't find a next page. Then it stops automatically. If your paginator doesn't use numbered pages and only has a next button, or any paginator that includes a next button, you can also automate page turning by repeatedly clicking that button. Just replace the turn page block with the click element block. Then set the next button as the target element. Remember to change the loop type back from infinite loop. Alright, let's run it and see. That's the fallback approach for page turning. One thing to note is that detecting the last page is trickier with the fallback approach. You'll need to observe how the paginator changes and handle each case differently. There are usually two scenarios. First, when you reach the last page, the next button disappears. In that case, just handle the error like before. Second, when you reach the last page, the next button turns gray and becomes unclickable. In this case, you'll need to adjust the CSS selector. Based on experience, when a button turns gray, a disabled attribute is usually added to the element. So we can simply append this to the selector. Not disabled. This means selecting buttons that are not disabled. If the next button can't be found on the last page, that's expected. That's exactly what we want to trigger an error, so the loop can stop. Then we also need to go back to page 1, where the next button is still available. Check whether the target element can be found. If it can be found, that means this setup can successfully detect the last page. Now you've fully mastered all the ways to use the turn page block. It helps you automate page turning on websites, which is a very common and practical need. I hope this video was helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.